You make me happier than I ever thought I could be.
My lonely days are over.
Will you marry me?
Yes. And life is like a song.
Good evening. Here's what's making news at this hour.
It's too soon to tell if doctors at a Twin Cities hospital successfully reattached the arms of a young boy. 3-year-old Parker Stevens remains in critical condition tonight at North Memorial Medical Center. The North Dakota boy has endured 3 surgeries totaling 20 hours since his arms were amputated in a grain auger Monday morning. Doctors say the number one concern right now is infection.
It's very hard for me to comment about Parker today because he's in critical condition, and it's a day-by-day thing. It's a minute-by-minute thing, and we're just going to play this out and try and take the best care of him that we can.
Doctors say it will be some time before they can come up with a long-term prognosis.
A Shoreview man is under arrest in connection with the death of his elderly mother. Police found the body of the woman outside her Shoreview home. Authorities took her 41-year-old son into custody after a brief struggle. Officials are remaining quiet about the cause of death and possible motive for the crime. Authorities are hoping this sketch will lead to an arrest in the murder of an elderly St. Paul man. Police say the suspect is one of 5 black males involved in the beating death of 78-year-old Wesley Morrison last month. Morrison was fondly known by neighbors as the Can Man. A $15,000 reward is being offered in the case.
Residents in North Minneapolis are fed up with random violence in their neighborhoods.
It is very appalling that we seek the help that we want and somehow not get it.
Some people in the Broadway Penn area are calling for more police personnel to help fight drug activity and crime. Minneapolis police only have a grant to patrol a few hours a night for a month, but authorities say they have devoted a lot of officers to solving recent violent crimes. Members of the Jordan neighborhood plan on going door to door to encourage more people to get involved in fighting crime. The parents of a 6th grade Minneapolis girl are challenging reports of the rescue of their daughter from a school swimming pool. Reports yesterday credited Franklin Middle School swimming coach Jesse Thomas with saving 12-year-old Antoinette Williams by pulling her from the deep end of the pool. Her parents, who are immigrants from the nation of Antigua, claim their daughter could not swim and should not have been in the class. Antoinette remains in serious condition in the Hennepin County Medical Center.
Firestone and Ford continue to blame each other for deaths and injuries related to shredded tires. A spokesperson for Ford told a congressional panel Firestone did not object to lowering tire pressure for 10 years. A Firestone official says the company felt the tire pressure was too low, but went along with Ford anyway. Residents in central Ohio are surveying the damage after 2 tornadoes tore through the area last night. The storms ripped a path of destruction in Xenia, killing 1 person and injuring more than 100 others. For many residents, it was a reminder of a horrible tornado that ripped through the town in 1974, killing 33 people.
With the weather turning colder now, it's the time to start budgeting for your winter heating bill. Natural gas prices are expected to rise as much as 35 to 50%. That means some families could spend close to $50 more per month on energy costs. Senator Paul Wellstone is asking for an increase in federal heating money to help low-income families and senior citizens.
We don't add some funding to this program, we're going to have people that are going to go cold. It's that simple. Or they're going to not buy prescription drugs, or they're not going to have food on the table.
Today, Vice President Al Gore asked the government to dip into the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to lower oil prices. George W. Bush says it should only be used if there's a sudden disruption in the energy supply.
It's time for us to take a break.
But we'll be right back with a quick look at today's weather and sports.
It's a long road to the Olympic Games, and Chevy is driving towards the goal during the final days of the Chevrolet U.S. Olympic Countdown. Get $2,500 cash back on the safe and secure 2000 Blazer 4-door, or get $2,000 cash back on the rugged 2000 S10. These offers won't last. It all ends October 2nd. Hurry to the final days of the Chevrolet U.S. Olympic Countdown at your local Chevy dealer today.
Recipes on KARE11.com. Food for the soul.
Welcome back. Di was just telling me tomorrow is the official start of fall.
That's because I looked it up on the calendar. Sure feels like it outside. Ken Barlow is in the backyard with more.
Yeah, wet is the weather word for the first day of fall, guys. It's going to be a very wet Friday. Many of us are going to see an inch, possibly even more, of brand new rainfall. Look at the maps. Here comes the storm. It's dumping snow in the higher elevations of Montana. Winter storm warning. Some places could see up to a foot of snow out there above 5,000 feet. For us, just windy and plain old wet on Friday. Here's our forecast. Overnight tonight, breezy, not as cold. Rain holding off for another couple of hours here, probably not until after midnight, 45 to 50. Tomorrow, a wind-driven rain, some of it coming down hard. There'll be a few rumbles of thunder as well, 50s, very strong winds. Saturday, morning rain tapers off to just clouds and drizzle. Sunday, still looks like the best day of the weekend, with temperatures very much below the average by 20 degrees, in fact, Paul and I. 48, that's it on Sunday, but a much drier day on Sunday than it will be on Saturday.
All right. Thank you very much. It's a good weekend for Viking fans. You don't have to get worked up and nervous.
Right.
Yeah.
You just can sit back and relax and enjoy the day. The bye weekend officially starts tomorrow morning for the Purple. Head coach Dennis Green has a Friday a.m. practice on tap, and then the players will skip town. The Vikings practiced this morning. They're able to get in some good work despite the fact they really can't wait to bust out of here for the weekend. Everyone was in attendance except receiver Randy Moss. Head coach Dennis Green says Moss was excused from the workout.
We had some great work today. Randy did not make it back. He went out to Florida to get some things worked on, and it didn't get back in time. So he's really the only guy that wasn't here. Went to have his braces tightened up a little bit. That's all. Yeah, Dennis is in Florida, so that's where we had to fly in to do it. We work early tomorrow morning, and then they get out. Hopefully, if they're getting out of town, they'll be able to catch some earlier flights and really enjoy themselves. Most of them will be back in Sunday, and from there on, it's all the way. And so we've always tried to be fair with the players throughout our years here and make sure that we recognize they worked hard. We appreciate it. But after the bye, that's going to be it.
We'll have more on the Vikings at 11. Also, Twins highlights against the first-place White Sox and prep football from St. Paul. That's coming up at 11 o'clock.
All right. Thank you very much. Stay tuned to KARE 11. After the Olympics, we'll have a complete roundup of all the day's news, weather, and sports in just the first 11 minutes. That's 11 at 11 on KARE 11. The rest is just all bonus. Unbelievable what we do around here to accommodate you. We'll see you back here later.
Good night.